Right now, we have just developed a simple application in order to illustrate the usage of GIF in Android applications as well as the changing color of the button. So if I press on this button, as you can see, this GIF is getting displayed in our image view. And if I press one more time, as you can see, it's getting stopped. So here, basically, with the simple application, I want to illustrate how this glide as well as this GIF can be incorporated in Android application as well as and also here you can learn how to change the color of this button once pressed. So if you're ready, let's make it. Right now we are going to start off with the user interface. So this is going to be layout. This is going to be our layout, and in this user interface we will be using constraint layout, as you can see right here. And first thing we are going to do is just I'm going to drag and drop this image view, which we will be using in order to represent our GIF as well as image. So okay, and then right here I will be dragging and dropping the button right here. So guys, actually before we go further, first thing we should do is just in order to be able to use GIF in image view, first we need to implement a couple of dependencies for which you have to open this build Gradle file, and right here I'm gonna uh, paste this dependency. Actually, I will be providing this dependency in the description box below. And then after kind of importing this dependency, we are gonna sync this Gradle file, and then saying it's gonna okay. So now it was in the blink of eye. And then we are gonna close this build Gradle file, and then activity file, activity main.xml file. We are gonna continue working, and then here first thing I'm gonna do is just I'm gonna open attributes, and then here I'm gonna say image. Let's say I'm gonna change the IDs, and this is also button, and then I'm gonna change this to btn. And then after this one, what I'm gonna do is just I am gonna constrain all of these components. So first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna select all of them at once, and then just I think we don't need these attributes anymore. So here after selecting all of them, I'm gonna right click on them, and then here we have just chains. As you can see here we have chains, and I'm gonna create vertical chains. And after creating, also I have to constrain these UI components horizontally, since we are using constraint layout. Otherwise we may be getting error. Now I have just successfully constrained all of the UI components, and then so here there's one more thing I have to change with in terms of chains. As you can see here, styles, we have this packed, and then I'm gonna change the size of this image view. So here we have this image view right here, as you can see. And then so we don't need component tree, sorry. So here I just want a little bit maximize here the space. So here is, let's say it's going to be 300, and then 300 by 300. I think it should be fine right now. And let's run our application in order to check if we have any errors or not. And as you can see right now, if we run, so here, as you can see, we don't have any image displayed in our image view. That's why we're not getting any error. But here, I have just two images which I prepared. So here, let's say right here, I have two images. And the first one is the GIF, as you can see. As you can see, this is the GIF, and then this one is the just image. So now I'm gonna do, I'm gonna copy, and I'm gonna just select all of them, two of them, and copy. And after copying, I'm gonna open this, and then right here, I'm gonna close this, and then here in the resources in the drawable folder, I'm gonna paste them. So here, yep, and then here, as you can see, I have just successfully pasted these resources, and then here. First, initially, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just show it's going to be source, and then here, let's say drawable, and then it's going to be found off, and then if I run this application, this the found off state should be displayed in our image view, terminate, and then we're gonna wait for some time. So as you can see, yep, and now we will be working on our button. So here it's going to be initially off, and then here we have we should use all caps, let's say all caps. So in order to make sure that all the letters are in uppercase, so it's going to be true. And after this one, I'm going to change also txt style. It's going to be txt style. Okay, txt size, it's going to be 30 sp as well as, and then here we have txt style, and this is going to be bold right now. And then here, first thing we are gonna do, and then I think we are done with it. And then, as I said, we will be changing the color of the button, for which we have to define two new colors. And then in order to do that, we need to open up this values, and right here colors, I'm going to define two new colors. And then in order to copy this line of code, I'm going to press Ctrl plus D uh, twice. So here, as you can see, and then I'm going to change this name to red, and I'm going to change this green, and then here I have to change this. So if it's red, this is going to be red is going to be maximum, and while the other two remaining ones should be 0, and it's going to be 0. So here hit enter and it's fine. And then here it's going to be green, and in this case green should be maximum, while the other ones are 0. So here, yeah, now right now we have two different colors. And then here I'm gonna close these colors, red and green. So here we have, and then in my main activity, what I'm gonna do is just I am gonna define our components image view. So let's say, and then it's going to be image view, and then right here, so it's going to be, we have the button, and then we have button, and then we have another variable. So this is going to be is pressed. So it's going to be private. This is going to be boolean, and then is so pressed, and then it's going to be false right here, so false. And then let's continue. So after this one, what we're gonna do is just we are gonna initialize our components. So it's going to be image view, find view by id r.id dot. We have this image view, and then right here we have this next component is a button, and then the same is going to be applied to this button as well. It's going to be r.id.btn, so it stands for button. And then after this one, what we are gonna do is just we will be using on pressed method. So btn dot set on. I think we are getting error. Oh, sorry, it was button. So here we have set on click listener, new view on click listener, and then here we are gonna check if is pressed. By the way, so initially when the button state should be red, so here we say background, and it's going to be so color red, and then it's fine. So here, so basically this is the color which we defined earlier in our colors file. And then right here is pressed is false, meaning that if the button is not pressed, let's say, and then in this case what we are gonna do is just we are gonna glide. So we are gonna say glide, and then here we say glide with, and then right here we have this context main activity dot this, and then this is our context. And after this one we have this, so load, and then this is going to be from the drawables, let's say. So r.drawable dot fun on. So when the button was not pressed, it means that the button is pressed. So here on, and then here we are gonna into image view, and then after this one we are gonna kind of change the set text. So we need to change the call text of the button to on. So button dot set text, and then here it's going to be on. And after this one we have to change the color of the button, so it's going to be button, so dot set, and then we have this background, and then we have this get resources and dot get color, and it's going to be r dot color, so r dot color, and then right here it's going to be green this time. And after this one we are going to change the state of if is pressed, and it's going to be true, let's say. And after this one we have this else part, and then here in the else part I'm just gonna copy this snippet of code and paste it here, and it's going to be this time fan off, and then it's going to be also off, and then it's going to be red. So here we are having typo, and it's going to be it's false. So right here, and then formatting the code, and let's run this application in order to check if it's working fine or not. And we are gonna terminate previous sessions. So here, and then as you can see our application is working perfectly. So in the description box below in the GitHub repository, I will be providing you with the full code as well as this GIF and image if you are in need of it. So thank you so much for watching.